Welcome to the final episode of our Zimbabwe and Zambia series. If you've been following along for the full journey, you will know that we just spent an incredible 7 nights camping along the Zambezi River at Hwange and BBC campsites in Mandavu National Park. We experienced some unforgettable close encounters with wildlife during our stay, including elephants in our camp and wild dog kills on foot. But in this episode, we are headed 60 kilometers south of the Zambezi to the infamous Chitake Springs, known for its lions. And what an experience this turns out to be. We are arriving at Chitake Springs, which is very exciting. As far as what we've read, it's a series of natural springs that emerge from the ground and flow into the Chitake River. Obviously now it's going into the dry season, so hopefully a lot of the wildlife will be concentrated around those springs, but mostly it's massive herds of buffalo that this place is famous for. And of course, if you know, out in the wild with buffalo comes lions, and everybody we've spoken to has said that this place has got, I think, maybe 5 or 6 different tribes of lions in the area. So a lot of lion to be seen, and that's kind of what we are expecting. On the Zambezi side of Mandavu, we didn't see much lion. I mean, there was some evidence, but we didn't hear much lion. We didn't see much lion. So we are very excited to experience what Chitake has to offer. We did have really nice wild dog, especially yesterday and today. The Ritsons did see them before that as well. We didn't. And that was amazing. I think it's so exciting because we were kind of on the chase with them, and it looks like that, you don't really know where they're going to go. It looks like they move erratically into the bush, but actually it's strategic on their part. They are team hunters.
Daddy,
and wait, babe. And so they today we caught them early, I think before they even went on the hunt, and then suddenly that one just started running and the rest of them followed, and they were weaving in and out of the mapani and flushing out whatever animals they could until they caught one. And it really wasn't long, like maybe 15 minutes max until they caught the impala.
Yeah, for sure, that's real quick. They just go in, they flush them out, part of sort of panic, run everywhere, and the rest of the dogs are waiting, and they just chase it into the rest of the pack.
Yeah, so there's always a dog on the outskirts, and it's waiting to catch whatever gets flushed out. So they all have their role to play in the pack, and then they ripped that impala apart with a matter of minutes, and they each had a little bit, a leg or a face or whatever, and they literally ran straight towards us. It was so amazing. And we're taking that back to the den where they have pups, and they usually leave one of the adult dogs back at the den, like a babysitter, or it might be some of the injured dogs, and they actually feed those pups and the dogs first. So it was just really incredible to actually witness that and be able to be like on foot and kind of experiencing it and be immersed in the whole hunt and what the dogs do. So yeah, it was amazing, and I think we're really hoping that we'll have a similar experience while we're here. So definitely one of the highlights so far has been the dogs, and we'll see if this place can top it for us. A couple of the ladies have prepared their Dettol solution for the tsetse flies, so we're going to see if the hype about them is real once we get here, because apparently they are attracted to buffalo. So yeah, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that our kiddies are not bitten either, because it's not very pleasant. Hopefully they're not too bad, especially because we're not staying in one of the thick bush camps. We're staying at the Baobab campsite, although I would have loved to stay at Chitake too, which is closest to the spring and hear all the action that goes on all night, but alas, we are also a big group, so I think the Baobab campsite will be the best for us. Yeah, so hopefully not too many of those tsetse flies. Jason was just chasing one out the car. Like we're already on guard.
Looked like it, but yeah, hopefully we don't have any.
I will have to ask the other ladies what the solution is that they made. It's like Savlon and Dettol and citronella or something like that, and you mix it in a spray
I've got
bottle.
my own solution, so let's see which one works.
What's yours?
Basically horse fly spray.
Oh yes, okay, that's shoe fly spray. Yeah.
No, it's not shoe fly, it's another one.
Okay.
I can't remember the name. If it works, we'll tell you. If it doesn't work, you'll know, because we won't say.
Yeah, that equine spray or whatever.
Yes, good.
Okay, yeah, we'll show you. We'll see as soon as we see the first tsetse. But Shane, poor little Haddles, the cute little Schneider girl, she calls them sexy flies. So we'll have to get an interview with her about the sexy flies here. The bush is thick when you drop down here into the ravine, so I can see why people get freaked out by anything lurking in the bushes, especially at night.
We're going to drive through the river now.
Oh, cool. Do we not go right there?
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh no, it looks like it says steep ravine on Tracks for Africa.
No, that's the campsite number 1 to the right.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Campsite 1, and then, oh, something's itching me already. It's a sexy fly.
This is the river. Springs.
Gotta have a look. There's campsite 1, I think.
Oh yeah.
It's there. Hi everybody, that's right on the river. Looks flippin' awesome. Something about driving into Chitake sets the premise for what you can expect. The animals are over jittery and the bush gives off a bit of an eerie feel, but that could just be from the stories you hear before you get here. You drive past the Chitake Springs viewing point and up the hill to reach the Baobab campsite where we were camping. The campsite is massive, with 12 baobabs towering over it, also known as the 12 Apostles. We had no view of the spring from here, but if a large herd of buffalo is approaching, you would be able to see the clouds of dust from many kilometers away. The site has no facilities at all, but is large and absolutely stunning, although it can get quite windy up there. We also did not have any bother from the tsetse flies at all. Okay, it's about 4 o'clock. We are here in Chitake Springs, camping at the Baobabs campsite, and yeah, it's just behind me, so you can see. I think they call these the 12 Apostles. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, a little bit on higher ground, but you don't have a view of the springs as such, but there's obvious benefits to being up here. So we'll be on the lookout for any dust that is kicked up in the distance that could indicate buffaloes are making their way down to the spring, and then we can obviously just go down to the viewpoint and settle in to watch the action. So we're going to head down there now. We're going to drive, but you could walk, it's not very far, and just take some sundowners and hope something comes down to drink, which would be amazing. We haven't chatted to any other campers yet about when the lions have last been seen or who or what. Yeah, but we are very excited. Just looking around here on the campsite, I can see there is lion spoor, and there's also lion droppings that don't look very old at all. I would say probably this morning. So let's see if we have any visitors or if we have anything to see today. We're feeling pretty greedy, I won't lie. We want to see the lions now. Just because everybody talks this place up so much. But we will be patient. We've got 2 full days here, and we're really hoping to see some amazing stuff. Check our setup. Oh, that's Lawrence Lapa. under these beautiful baobabs is a big campsite. We're going to do our fire here, making some pizzas tonight. And then the springs are down in the valley there. Yeah, super cool. We headed down to the viewing point, a flat area beneath a large shady fig tree, perched above the springs with great views in all directions. This is where most campers leisurely set up their chairs and sit observing the spring for the prime viewing times of the day. We arrived to some beautiful elephants drinking from the spring, but if you look carefully, you can already see that there are some lions hiding in the bushes, who the elephants didn't miss, but we almost did. And we were not there for even 10 minutes before chaos broke out.
You got it? What? On the bench here behind the tree. Did you get the baboon or the
No, it's the impala.
We did our best to capture this completely unexpected turn of events, while still taking in the moment with our own eyes and ears. Within 10 minutes of arriving at the spring, the peaceful scene turned into one of chaos. Lions began emerging from every direction, starting with a large male, and followed by a very injured and emaciated-looking female, who did not dare venture too close to the kill. The bloodied female who made the kill was on a clear mission, and we began to suspect that she may be leaving the kill to fetch something dear to her. 5 small cubs appeared briefly from the bushes, just before disappearing out of view to enjoy their dinner. Kids are making a noise, but we've locked them in the car now because there are so many lions out here in the spring. We drove up here at like maybe 4:30, and there were a bunch of people with their chairs set up, and there were some elephants drinking. We thought, oh, this is beautiful, whatever. And the lady said to us there were lions this morning. They made a kill, an impala, and they were hiding somewhere down there. And she said they're being super lazy, they haven't seen them. And that, you know, if they made a kill this morning, we assume it's unlikely they're going to make another one. Next thing, these 2 lions bolted out the bush towards the impala, jumped over this gully, caught the impala in like mid-air. We weren't even fast enough to grab the cameras. And they disappeared behind a bush, obviously, when she like properly took it down. So we didn't, I don't know if it counts as seeing a kill. I don't know if I want to tick that box yet, but Then all these lions just started coming out of nowhere. It was like the elephants were going off, the baboons were going off, the impala were barking. Lions started coming out of nowhere. There was a sick lioness. We looked there, they were eating that kill. A male came out of the bush. It was crazy, crazy wild. Then to the left there's another kill, another impala kill, which another female came to. She then called her cubs. They came out the bush, tiny cubs. Then another female came out the bush, started fighting with that female and the cubs. This has happened in like the space of an hour. I might have found my new favorite place on earth. That was amazing.
Morning from our first official morning here at Chitake Springs. We waking up nice and early this morning. Had crazy action yesterday with the lion taking down an impala and cubs, and yesterday was a hell of a thing. So today we're up early. It's a bit windy. You can see the sun is going to rise behind me over here, and we are heading down to the springs. Just making some coffee. I'm going to just sit down there. This place is all about that, not driving around, so quite like that actually. Just get to sit there, have coffee, let the game come to us. It's only a water source around here. We'll see what action happens today. The lion, we're going all night. There's some hyena over here going as well. So yeah, I think we're in for a special day. So we got 2 full days before we have to leave. So we're going to make the most out of them. And hopefully the wind dies down. I'm sure it will. But nonetheless, we're heading down and I'll catch up with you down there.
We rolled the few hundred meters down the hill, planning on setting up at the viewing point for sunrise, overlooking the spring. Our sunrise plans quickly turned into something far better. The entire pride of lions was sprawled right across the road, just outside the picnic site. So there's nothing quite like realizing you've got front row seats to the wild before you've even had your morning coffee. After watching the lions for a good half an hour, the pride dispersed, some down into the spring to drink some water and take shelter for the rest of the day, and others in the bushes around the spring. We never really knew where all of them went to exactly, so we always had to be on high alert.
So that's Mana. We rock up here early, we're on the road, lion, cubs. Sure, couldn't even get to our picnic spot where we sit for the viewpoint where we watch the spring. It's crazy. And now we're out, we're like, oh, it's lion all around us. You've got to be so careful here. I can see why people reckon this place is probably the wildest camp on earth. And that's, I can believe it now. It's crazy. So you really got to have your wits about you at this place. It's crazy. But how cool is that? Sunrise, the birds are going. These parrots, I actually need to check exactly what the I don't know if they're not Maya's parrots, I don't think, but I'll have a look. Pretty cool. All going off. We're going to try and make some coffee now. Maybe get our chairs out. But I mean, you look at this bush behind me here. It's thick bush, so yeah, you really got to be careful. We had lion over there on the side. We had lion on that side. There's lion everywhere. They've gone down into the bottom now. The cubs you would have seen have gone into a little like gully there. I presume females left them there just so they protected, and they've possibly gone out to go hunt. I don't know how they can be hungry. They seem to eat here all day. So let's get the coffee, get our chairs out. The Ritsons have gone out driving, following one of the males, so we'll hear from them if anything goes down. I think for now we'll just sit here and get our chairs, make some coffee. So we're just back at camp. There wasn't much going on down there at the springs at the moment, so we decided to come up and make some breakfast. It's a bit windy, so we huddled behind the bushlarper here, just trying to cook, and Jade is on duty. Flip that around. There we go. What's on the menu?
So I bought these, they're actually rotis. They were in the freezer section at that little shop that we went to in Zambia. I didn't realize they came raw, so it's like a dough, but actually they're flippin' delicious. So we're just using them as a wrap, making some breakfast wraps, cheesy scrambled egg. Last of the eggs, we do have more bacon. We have hardly eaten any bacon. Had some little mini tomatoes that were looking a bit wrinkly. And yeah, that's going to be breakfast.
So the plan for today is just to chill here at camp, obviously have breakfast, and then probably after lunch towards afternoon we'll head down again. Lion by that stage I'm sure will be coming out again, and maybe we get lucky and they try and hunt again. It seems they get pretty lucky down there, pretty successful.
Tiny impala, so.
We got two tiny impala. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sure they will. So it'll be nice to head down there. We've got today, full day today, full day tomorrow, and then unfortunately we have to leave.
Hope the buffs come.
Yeah, hope the buffs come. It's quite windy. So normally chatting to Villiers Stein from the Safari Expert, and if you have not seen his channel, I'll leave a link below. Go over and have a look at that. He's got some excellent footage, some great tips on Mana pools. He's done a video just on tips on Mana pools, coming to Mana pools, and what to look out for, where to go, what campsites are good. So go check out his video. And he's then obviously done a very nice scenic video from his trip, his recent trip, which we got a lot of information from him. So videos, shout out to you, thank you for that. This campsite up here, Baobabs, is perfect. Obviously the ones down the bottom, those campsites are very enclosed and very tight, so for the kids it's going to be difficult. Also we're a group of 4 here with 4 cars, 4 trailers, so having that extra space up here is really good. And it's a beautiful site with the baobabs here. You see behind me, beautiful baobabs. Lots of space here, a little bit uneven ground, but there's definitely a few level spots. The Britsons down there find a nice level spot as well. So they set up there, and yeah, we're in front of this beautiful tree here, well, just under this beautiful tree. Check that out. Yeah, really cool. And then this is the meal. Check that out. It's pretty good. Maybe if I flip that around actually, it'll be better. There we go. It's good. Tastes good as well.
I haven't done too much of the cooking content this trip because, to be honest, we've split the meals. We often back like a little bit late into camp, and I've just forgot. So sorry to those of you who enjoy that, but we're gonna make the kiddies and ourselves some chocolate muffins now in the pizza bra. Just gonna mix those up, and then we have some of these foil trays that you can reuse, which is awesome. But obviously you could just bring your own muffin tray if you have that. I was also considering just doing it as like a little loaf in a bread tin. That could also work. And Kerry actually bought the silicone molds, and you can cut them up, and she's been making muffins in the air fryer, so it's also another option. 2 eggs, 160 mils of oil, and 200 of water. Actually don't even have a measuring cup. I know Lauren does, but I'm gonna eyeball it. Should be fun. I reckon this is like 200. It's not quite 250. Maybe it says. Ooh, 295. Maybe I shouldn't eyeball this. You know? You don't have a whisk either, so. Actually, I do. I have like a little hand beater, but I ain't washing that thing.
No, you don't.
Behind you, I'm grabbing this.
You do it, Bran.
Yeah, Aaron, come on.
Good.
The muffins came out edible, so equipped with snacks, we headed back down to the spring to see if we could see any afternoon action.
It's not that hot there.
Afternoon. From splendid afternoon here at Chitake Springs. We're just walking down the small little track here. I'm just looking to see some females with the cubs coming back from left hand side here to the right hand side. The local guy here was telling me that this river, spring, is flowing a little bit around the corner, about 100 meters, so they kind of move up that side and they move between the two spots. And they've already had one failed attempt at a impala, so the action's already kicking off, and it is, I don't actually know the time, but I think it's about 3:30, somewhere around there, maybe even a bit earlier. But the wind's died down, there's a light breeze now, so turning out to be a beautiful afternoon. I'm just walking down this path. Need to be a little careful because these guys are everywhere. But I'd like to get a view from this different angle here, up towards the source of the spring. I think we got a good chance of another attempt on some impala, because I'm sure that lots of them will come back down and try and drink again. It has been hot today, close to 30 when you're sitting in the sun without that breeze, for sure. So, I can see the cubs here. Let me get a shot, but enjoy this. It's going to be a lekker afternoon down here.
unforgettable afternoon was spent overlooking the Chitake Spring and surrounded by this beautiful pride of lions. It was such a privilege to be able to witness them in such close proximity. During the day, they were playful, just cute kitties, but as the sun began to set, lions were roaring all around us. And it was about at this time where we realized the lions wanted to make their way up the bank and straight into the viewing point where we were all seated. So that was our cue to head back to camp.
This morning you came down, they were all hyena. Oh, God.
How was that? Amazing lion sightings, amazing with the cubs. Just come back up to camp now and look at this beautiful sky. I'll turn around and check that, show you. Beautiful. It's like red orange haze behind me. So cool. We're on dinner duty tonight, so I need to get the fire going and get cooking. These lion are just down there. It literally takes us about 2 minutes to drive from where they are to here. So they're super close. We're definitely going to be hearing them. And yeah, there's a good chance they move up here. Then while they're going to be definitely hunting. A lot of impala in the plains here. They are, it's a big pride. I think there must be about 11 or so, plus the cubs and whatever. So a lot of mouths to feed. So they'll definitely be on the hunt, and impala's not enough food for them, that's for sure. So they've got to carry on doing a lot of kills and hoping that the buffalo are going to come tomorrow. So fingers crossed for that. Let's get this fire started.
Nobody stayed up very late that evening. We were all on super high alert because the lions had ventured very close to camp and kept roaring very close by. I went for a shower, and when I came out, I noticed that there was a log/rock that wasn't there when I got in. Luckily, it was just a hyena, but I did get the fright of my life. The next morning, it was our last day to spend at Chitake Springs, and what a day it would turn out to be.
So our last day here at Chitake Springs, and we went down early to the springs, but unfortunately too much wind. It's just came up at about 4 this morning, started pumping, and I think all the game are just kind of taking cover. It seems to have eased up a bit now, but I think it's about 9 now in the morning, and there it's starting to blow a little bit again. But it's typical of this time of year, I believe. And we did see the lion, but they've also retreated to the bush for a bit of cover. So we'll head back down and keep our eye on the spring. I think they're going to have to hunt today, so we've got a good chance of seeing some action. And I'm sure this wind will calm down for after lunch into the afternoon, and we can spend our last official day down at the springs. Hopefully we get some action. I'm sure we will. There's plenty of impala around, and they've got to eat. It's a big pride, that. So for now, just doing a little clean, little repack for the road tomorrow. We got to be out of here we're going to try to get out of here at 6, just because we know the road from here down to Chinoya is not great. So that could take quite a while, and we're hoping to get a bit further than that, but we'll see how we go. No, we haven't made any bookings or anything like that. We'll just we've got a couple of places eyed out, and we'll just see how the day goes. But yeah, if we can get out here nice and early, then I think that we've got a good chance of getting to Antelope Park, which is sort of the furthest point that I think we could get, and then the next day through Pipe Bridge. But that's for tomorrow. Today we're going to make some toast, just have a little bit of breakfast, and keep our eye out of the springs.
Back down at the viewing point, all the campers of Chitake Springs were set up for an epic afternoon of game viewing. There were some massive herds of impala hanging around on either side of the spring, looking very hesitant to descend the steep banks and quench their thirst. There were also some buffalo close by, so everyone was eager to see what would happen next. The lions were also overeager and acted too quickly when they saw two big buffalo attempt to approach and descend into the spring, scaring them off almost instantly. The impalas, however, did not get the hint, and thirst eventually got the better of them.
They're still running down there. Oh, it whacked it!
The lioness immediately started ripping apart the impala, and further up the riverbed another impala had been taken down. The lion and the surrounding bushes all began to emerge from every direction, creating a scene like we had never experienced before.
All coming out of the shed.
Not enjoying us, eh? Try not to move too much around.
In typical male lion fashion, after allowing the lioness to do all the work, this greedy bugger decided to drag the entire impala kill off into the shade to have all to himself. We did manage to capture some truly cinematic and incredible shots of all the action, and that's what we'll share with you right now.
How awesome was that? That was absolutely epic. We waited for probably about half an hour, 45 minutes with those impala on top of the hill, just waiting for them to make their way down. they must be desperate to drink. While we were waiting for that, the other impala to our right had already come down the hill and we were drinking in the river. The lion, we were stationed, as you can see from the shots, just to the left of the sort of main embankment that comes down to the spring source. Just got a cub running behind me over here. And we're still missing one cub. There's 4 here, and then there's meant to be 5. They've just gone now trying to find their mother that's gone looking for the 5th one. But yeah, and while we were waiting and like on edge waiting to hit the record button for the action to kick off, they were all drinking down the bottom, which made those ones feel a little bit better about coming down, I think. And as they sort of got past where the lion were hiding behind the bank there, or they were just lying there but ready, they then ran down towards the bottom. The impala that was on the top of the bank just went back into the thicket, but the others on the bottom here just ran. The impala, some ran up the bank, some ran up the river, and that gave the lions the opportunity to chase them down this riverbed, which I think narrows a bit at the end, and they ended up turning and I think 1 or 2 coming back, and they ended up getting 2 there, and then the shot you saw right in front of us, the one there as well. So absolutely epic. I can't tell you. I know, he's checking him, he's this little cub. Get a shot there.
I got it.
There we go. Brad's getting some shots while I talk. But yeah, they're just running with a bit of a leg there. Very happy and proud, heading back to wherever the mom is. Another female coming back here. So, geez, what a absolute moment. What a privilege. This is why you come to Mana, and nice thing about it is you just get to sit here and watch what happens and watch the whole thing play out. And it's a first for me, it's a first for pretty much everyone here, I think. And yeah, last day, and what a way to end it. Couldn't ask for more. Absolutely epic. So hope you're enjoying this, hope you're enjoying the series. Pretty sure that at this point in the trip we on the last episode, so not going to completely sign off, but while I'm here I'll ask you nicely to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and tell your friends about it. We don't make anything off of this, it's just something we do and share with everybody about Africa and the absolutely magical places that we come to. So yeah, stick around. We're going to be spending a bit more of the afternoon here into the evening, and then back up to the baobabs for this evening and a nice dinner. I think the funnel's on dinner tonight, I'm not sure actually, but yo, magic, absolutely love it.
And just like that, our Zimbabwe and Zambia chapter of Epic Africa comes to an end. After a few weeks of wild encounters, breathtaking campsites, and unforgettable memories, it was time to begin the long drive home, with 2 night stopovers in Gweru, then through the Beitbridge border into South Africa, and a last night in Pretoria before we finally arrived back home in Durban. The roads of Zimbabwe truly surprised us, with long stretches of smooth tar and endless scenery. And only the first section out of Manapools really tested us a bit, but even there, roadworks are well underway. It's been an incredible journey, so to everyone who's followed along, thank you for joining our adventure, for every comment, like, and message along the way. We hope we made you feel a part of this journey too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, so you don't miss what happens next. Because as we leave Zimbabwe, one question is lingering in our mind. Where will our adventures take us next? Zimbabwe, you were truly incredible, and we will be back. Until next time, in Epic Africa. Cheers.